Tonight on the Bayou Breakdown, tips on how to stay safe during this winter storm, how LSU's stylish cleats are made, students put their fandom to the test, and insight on LSU's top transfers. All this and more, the Bayou Breakdown starts now. Good evening and welcome to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Kennedy Banks.
And I'm Santiago Rodriguez. Our weather correspondent Cassidy Trepanier is in studio to give an update on the winter storm. Cassidy?
The hard freeze is actively happening. There is an extreme cold warning from noon tomorrow, January 27th. LSU plans to reopen campus tomorrow for normal operations. You should dress in layers, protect plants, pets, and pipes, and ensure you are following all safety protocols when using external heating devices. There is a potential for frostbite and hypothermia if unprotected skin is exposed in these temperatures. Now, let's get into tomorrow's forecast. Looking in the morning, we see temperatures in the low teens of 18. Going into the morning, we will see those upper 20 temperatures start to show. Eventually at 12 p.m. with that 43-degree temperature, it will be partly cloudy with some sun tomorrow with that high of 47 at 3 p.m. That sun will set at 5:33 p.m. and we're expect to see that low of 18 tomorrow night. That's all I have for you now. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Cassidy. It's still freezing, but the PMAC is red hot and ready for action. Tonight, LSU women's basketball takes on the Florida Gators. Reporter Cassidy Taylor is with fans outside the PMAC to get us ready for the tip-off. Cassidy?
Thanks, Santiago. Fans are lined up here behind me, waiting to make their way into the PMAC for tonight's LSU women's basketball game. LSU women's basketball will enter the game 18-2 with a back-to-back win streak, the first one being against Oklahoma and the second one being against Texas. The Lady Gators are looking to grab a win tonight as they sit 1-5 in SEC play. The record doesn't show, but the Gators consistently put up a strong defensive front that poses as a threat for any opponent. The Gators will look to beat the Tigers for the first time since 2022. Guard Malaysia Fulwiley spoke last week and said Coach Starkey told the team they cannot underestimate smaller opponents and they must play stronger, harder, and want it more every single game. Now tonight's win will be determined by who is the stronger team on both ends. And for those of you who can't make it into the PMAC tonight, the game will be streaming on ESPN at 6 p.m. Central Time. Back to you all at the desk.
Thanks, Cassidy. LSU men's tennis defeated number 22 Pepperdine 4-2 on Sunday to advance to the ITA National Championship. This will be the men's first time competing in the tournament since 2006.
Number 5 ranked LSU women's tennis defeated number 18 UCLA 4-1 to advance to the ITA National Indoor Championship for the second straight season. This is the first time ever that both men's and women's tennis have won ITA kickoff weekend and advanced to the championship in the same season.
One LSU gymnast may not be competing anymore, but her impact is still felt in new ways. Haley Bryant, the most decorated gymnast in program history, is now an assistant head coach for the Tigers. I had the opportunity to sit down with Bryant and talk about her new experience being on the other side of the mat. Haley Bryant finished her collegiate career as a national champion, 2-time individual NCAA champion, 5-time SEC champion, and 33-time All-American. As her eligibility to compete began to fade, she decided to take a step that would allow her to remain around the program.
I've talked to Jay prior to getting this job that I wanted to coach college gymnastics and he was going to help me in every way that he could. And then just kind of happened and the position opened up and he asked me if this is something I would want to do. And obviously I said yes right away because this is my home. I love the staff here. I love all the resources. I love everything that LSU is.
For LSU Gymnastics head coach Jay Clark, Bryant is an essential part for the future of the program, as she's doing more than just coaching in the gym.
Haley has really jumped in feet first in terms of the administrative responsibilities day in and day out. Recruiting, it's been huge. When we walk into a living room and Haley Bryant is with us, they react like that crowd did tonight when she got announced.
And it's not just the recruits, as she's also had to make the transition with her former teammates.
The team has bought into having her as their coach, and that doesn't happen if she doesn't have that character. You know, a lot of times people graduate and they're ready to see them go, but they're not ready to see Haley Bryant go.
LSU's in a transition period. They've welcomed 7 gymnasts to the team for the 2026 season, as 7 seniors left at the end of the last school year.
I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a challenge. I think we're bringing in a lot of amazing people. We're bringing in 4 freshmen, 3 transfers that are absolutely amazing. So I think this year is going to be really, really special.
After a disappointing result in the NCAA championship last year, Bryant is ready to give everything she's got to watch her team succeed.
Obviously, we're really determined because last year didn't kind of play out how we wanted to at the end, but there were so many positives from that season that we're going to take over to this season and kind of use that. It's going to be fuel to our fire, and we're ready to go for this year.
With Bryant on the staff, the team is expecting to be at the very top of college gymnastics. Last week, LSU scored the second highest result in the country, breaking the 198-point mark. This week, they will travel to Columbia to face the Missouri on Friday.
Speaking of being at the top of their game, LSU baseball is weeks away from starting their season as the #2 team in the country.
With talented returners and newcomers on the roster, Coach Jay Johnson and his team are all in to repeat as champions.
That's why one of the things for us this year is hold the standard, and that means something different when we say hold the standard. Like, obviously you look around here, everybody knows what that is from a results standpoint, but hold the standard of high level of accountability, honoring the process, team over me, and being totally focused on right now. There's not one game that's going to have direct value from last year in this team's success this year. And so it's really all about right now.
The Tigers resume preseason scrimmages this week with dates and times to still be announced. Up next at 5, we go behind the scenes to see how LSU baseball gets their championship level shoe game.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
LSU baseball season is almost here and the players are gearing up. From Lafayette, Bradley Wright is stepping up to the plate, supplying fresh cleats to help the Tigers play hard and look sharp on the diamond.
Coming back to Baton Rouge as national champions, expectations are highest ever for LSU baseball. And while focus and preparation are on the Tigers' minds, a small detail such as having the right cleats can make a huge difference on the field. That's where Bradley Wright comes in, a sophomore at the University of Louisiana in Lafayette, helping the Tigers step on the field in style. With the help from a familiar face, he was able to turn his hobby into a side business called Get Right Customs.
Brad Duncan, or Duncan Custom Kicks, he was I mean, he's been painting shoes for a couple of years now. My dad told me that he was just really backed up. If he needs help, I mean, I'd love to, try at least and see what I can do. So he pretty much just gave me a lesson and I fell in love with it, and I've just been painting shoes literally every week.
Since getting started over a year ago, Get Right Customs has been getting some attention from the baseball teams such as pitcher Maverick Rizzi and infielder Jack Ruckert. Wright even had the chance to design cleats for pitcher Chase Shores before he was drafted in the MLB.
Chase was probably my first big athlete that, people would come up to me and be like, "Oh, you made Chase's cleat, Chase Shores." So that was a really cool experience.
While designing cleats from a big MLB prospect is a great opportunity, the work behind each pair is far from easy. Although the finished product may look nice and effortless, customizing cleats is all about maintaining focus and having stability.
It is a lot harder than it looks. It takes a lot of, you got to lock in. There'll be times where I find myself, I'm sitting there painting and I'm not even breathing because I'm trying to be so still.
Wright's creativity will have LSU looking clean on the diamond as the Tigers work to defend their title.
Fans will be able to see Wright's customized cleats in action as Maverick Rizzi and Jack Ruckert will wear them when LSU plays Milwaukee on February 13th in Alex Box Stadium. Louisiana is known for producing elite high school athletes on the diamond, but it's also producing some on the mat as well. Reporter Devin Whitson has more on the newest wrestling phenom in Baton Rouge. Devin?
Louisiana high school wrestling has produced greats of the sport. Whether it be legendary UFC fighter Daniel Cormier or more recently Richie Clemente, Catholic High could have another name added to that list in greats in Christian Scott.
At Catholic High, winning is more than common. It's a standard. With over 100 plus titles in all sports, the Bears have been more than represented over the years. More in particular, wrestling. One senior looking to edge his name into the history books is Christian Scott.
I think it's been my most dominant season by far. I've 44 and run right now. I've had almost every match end in a tech or fall. And so I'm very happy with how the season's gone so far.
Scott has made more than an impact throughout his high school career. As a freshman, he finished as a runner-up at the 126-pound weight class. In the years following, Scott went on to win the state individual title at 132 pounds as a sophomore, and in his junior season, won another state individual title at 157 pounds. Now reaching the end of his high school career, Scott looks to attempt a feat only a rare few have achieved before, becoming a 3-time consecutive state champion.
With another championship, I just say it's like the cherry on top, There's only been one other 3-time state champ. There's never been a 4-time finalist. And I just say the team title along with an individual state title, it was just kind of what I've been trying to do all of high school. Just, I want to be someone that someone that people remember. And doing that, I think we'll achieve that goal.
A feat of this nature all comes down to the details, as Coach Prohaska reflected upon.
And so for Christian to do that, that's pretty impressive. But for Christian, he was one of the first freshmen we ever had in the state finals. So if he can make the state finals this year, he'll make history in that aspect of being a 4-time state finalist.
Scott and Catholic look to finish off the 2026 season in victorious fashion as the Bears will travel up to Bossier City for the state championships. Coming up after the break, LSU students test their ball knowledge to see if they're true LSU fans or if they're not.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love?
You're mine.
Welcome back. I'm Connor Donnelly, and welcome to Die Hard or Bandwagon, where I showed students 3 LSU athletes, and if they are able to name at least 2 of them, congratulations, you're a Die Hard. But if you can't, unfortunately, that does mean you're a bandwagon. Let's see how the students did. The first brave student to put his fandom on the line was Brandon. Let's see if he's a true LSU fan. Who is this first LSU basketball player?
Yeah, low-key, I have no clue.
All right, you good? No, that's one. That's one. His name's Naz Reid. He was on the 2019 team and is playing currently for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
God, I know it too. I know it. He played
for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette. There you go. Who is this historic LSU basketball player?
Oh, that's easy. It's Pete.
Pete Maravich. Congratulations, my brother. You are a diehard. Brandon survived and can now confidently call himself a diehard. Next up, we have Peyton. Let's see if she can make the cut. Now, Peyton is from Chicago, so give her some slack. All right, here's the first one.
Angel Reese.
Okay, there you go. 1 out of 1. She had no confidence. Now she's 1 for 1.
Flau'jae Johnson.
Already a diehard. Give yourself some more credit. Come on.
Ooh. Leonard Fournette.
You just went 3 for 3. Yeah. You were the first person to go 3 for 3. Come on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a performance by Peyton going 3 for 3. No one should ever question her fandom. Now finally we have Ryan. Let's see if he can make it 3 diehards in a row. Who is his first female LSU basketball player?
That's Angel Reese.
That is Angel Reese. Congratulations, my brother. You are 1 for 1. LSU legend basketball player, in my opinion. Who we got?
Is that Tremont Waters?
That would be Tremont Waters. You are 2 for 2, my brother. Okay. Last one. You could be the second person so far to be 3 for 3. Okay. Who do we have here?
That's Mettenberger.
That is Zach Mettenberger. Congrats, Ryan. Thank you for joining me for Die Hard or Bandwagon. Brandon, Peyton, and Ryan really knocked it out the park. Maybe I'll have to increase the difficulty next time. When we come back, we take a look at LSU football's top transfers.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love?
You're mine.
Welcome back. Lane Kiffin and his staff have killed it this portal season. LSU secured 3 of the top 5 transfers in the portal: Sam Levitt, Jordan Seaton, and Prince Will. I have to know, who's your favorite?
I gotta say, my favorite is Sam Levitt, which I'm just excited to have a quarterback.
Yeah, I actually agree with you a lot. That's all we have for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Kennedy Banks.
And I'm Santiago Rodriguez.